Hello, dear students. Greetings of the day. I, Mohammad Zishan, welcome you to the online classes of Bloomingburg Scored School Sambal. Dear students, today we are going to study about the political history of Mauryan Empire. So, before teaching you that, I want to inform you that this portion has been removed by board for the academic year 2020 and 21 because of corona pandemic disturbances caused in studies. So this will not be asked in exam, which will be conducted by board. Class 9th paper will be sent by board. But still, I am making this lecture so that you understand this chapter in a comprehensive way, in a proper way, and so that you may be able to relate the other topics of this chapter properly. You may be able to relate the things with each other. Now we will begin this chapter, sorry, this lecture with the founder of Mauryan Empire. So we already know Chandragupta Maurya founded the Mauryan Empire with the help of Kautilya or Chanakya or Vishnugupta by defeating uh, Dhanananda, right, who was the ruler of Nanda dynasty and whose capital was Patliputra or Patliputra, today's Patna. So in 322, Chandragupta Maurya defeated Dhanananda and established his rule, right? And after that, he defeated or he brought the northwestern part of India under his control, the part which was won by Alexander. Alexander went back, okay, and that one part was uh, controlled by Chandragupta Maurya. And after that, what happened in 305 BC? In 305 BC, right? Seleucus Nicator, the ambassador, not ambassador, the governor or the general, and as well as governor of Alexander came back, okay, and he fought with Chandragupta Maurya. Chandragupta Maurya defeated him, okay, and after that they made a treaty, and according to that treaty, Chandragupta Maurya gave 500 elephants to Seleucus Nicator in lieu. In lieu means in return. In lieu of Herat, Kabul, Kandahar, and Baluchistan. Kandahar, Baluchistan. Right? He got these places, right? Chandragupta Maurya got these places, right? And also Seleucus Nicator made a matrimonial relation with Chandragupta Maurya by marrying his daughter Helen with Chandragupta Maurya. With Chandragupta Maurya, right? And then after that, we have already studied about Indica, which was written by Megasthenes. So Megasthenes was sent to the court of Chandragupta Maurya, right, uh, as an ambassador of Seleucus Nicator, right? And then after that, what happened? After that, after getting all these things, he, after controlling Bihar, okay, and after controlling northwest, he gave his territories, this northwest territories, to Pushyagupta. To whom? To Pushyagupta, right? And then he went to south. Okay, he went to south. Clear? He went to south for capturing the territories there, right? But afterwards, what happened? Huh, right. Now let me tell you from where to where his territories were. Okay, so his territories were there. Okay, from Kabul and Kandahar in the northwest, right, to you can say Saurashtra in the east, Saurashtra in the east, right, and Bengal in the west, sorry, Bengal in the east, and Saurashtra in the west, right? And he was having Mysore, okay, till Mysore from, right? This was the extension of the empire of Chandragupta Maurya. So Kabul and Kandahar in the northwest, Saurashtra in the west. Saurashtra is the Gujarat region. This is Gujarat, okay, Saurashtra, and Bengal in the east and Mysore in the south. Till here he ruled. Then after that, what happened? After that, Chandragupta Maurya accepted Jain religion, okay, and along with Bhadrabahu, right? Bhadrabahu, the person who founded which sect of Jainism? Digambar, right? Digambar. So Bhadrabahu, Jain religion was divided into Digambars and Shvetambars, okay, and Bhadrabahu was the propounder of Digambar sect, okay, and along with Bhadrabahu, Chandragupta Maurya went to Shravan Belagola, Karnataka. Chandragupta Maurya went to Shravan Belagola. It is a place in Karnataka, Shravan Bela Gola, right? And there he preached or he lived a life of Jain monks, and ultimately he um, died by starving. He stopped eating, and that process is called Kaya Klesh, or Salekhan, okay. So by this method, he was died, okay. So the chapter of Chandragupta Maurya came to close here, okay. He became the Jain, and after that he gave up his life voluntarily by doing Kayaklesh or Salekhan. So this was about the Chandragupta Maurya. Right now we will study about Bindusar. So Bindusar was the son of Chandragupta Maurya. Bindusar was the son of Chandragupta Maurya, right? He became the ruler in 298 BC, right? 298 BC. Clear? So, this Bindusar, he was called the Amitroghat in Sanskrit language, or Amitrochats in Greek language, right? Or he was called the slayer of foes. This is the English translation of this word, slayer of foes. Foes means enemy. Okay, so and slayer means the person who kill the enemies. So according to the Greek historian Athenaeus, he was called Amitroghata or slayer of foes. Who? Bindusar. So Bindusar also expanded the empire, right? And he consolidated the empire which was founded by Chandragupta Maurya. And then during his time, a revolt took place at Takshila. Takshila is a in the northwest of Takshila is in northwest of India, right? Today's Afghanistan, you can say, clear. So their revolt took place, and that revolt was suppressed by his son, whose name was Ashoka. Who? Ashoka the Great. Okay, so it is said that okay, after Bindusar, Ashoka became the ruler. Okay, and he became the ruler till 273 BC. Bindusar ruled, and from 269 BC, in 269 BC, Ashoka declared himself as the king, right? And now you will be asking okay, when he is dying in 273 and Ashoka is declaring himself in 269 BC. So what happened during these 4 years? So during these 4 years, a fight between the 100 brothers took place. Okay, according to some Buddhist texts, it is said that Ashoka uh, Ashoka became the ruler after killing his 99 brothers. Whom? 99 brothers. Right? He had to kill his 99 brothers. He just left the 100th brother who was Tissa. Okay. He shown mercy to Tissa, right? And he spared Tissa, and rest brothers were killed by him. Okay, and he was helped by a person whose name was Radha Gupt. He was his minister. Radha Gupt was the minister of Ashoka, right? This person helped Ashoka to usurp the throne, in usurping the throne, right, by killing his 99 brothers. And this man helped him in this fratricide. Okay, fratricide means killing his brothers. Okay, right? So Ashoka became the ruler. Now after that, okay, so after that we will discuss one of the very important incident which took place in the life of Ashoka. And what was that incident? That incident was the Kalinga War. Kalinga War. So first of all, from where do we come to know about Kalinga War? By Rock Edict 13. Okay, Rock Edict 13 tells us about the what? About the Kalinga War. Okay, so it was a war which was fought between Mauryans and the Kalinga. Kalinga was a region in today's Odisha. Okay, today's Odisha. So there the ruler Kharavela, right, was very strong. He was also strong. He was having infantry, cavalry, okay, and elephants also. And this Ashoka was also having very big army, okay, having infantry, cavalry, and elephants, right? So both the armies fought with each other, and so many people, okay, so many people were killed, and most of the people were of Kalinga. So when Ashoka saw this widespread killing, okay, he saw the dead bodies lying here and there, drawn, completely drawn in blood, okay, and when he saw children and widows lamenting on the death bodies of their husbands and father, right, then his heart became full of sorrow, right? His heart became full of sorrow, and he decided to leave the Bheri Ghosh or Digvijaya, right, and to accept Dhamma Ghosh or Dhamma Vijaya. Now, what are these words? Bhari Ghosh, before starting a war, okay, one trumpet is blown, okay, or drum of war is beaten, getting or not? So that is called Bhari Ghosh, means when you declare a war. So he decided to stop declaring war, okay. And what is Digvijay? Digvijay, Dig means direction, Vijay means jeet or victory, okay. So it was victory in all directions, clear. So he stopped fighting, okay, and he left these policies of Bhari Ghosh, or you can say conquering by fighting, and instead he accepted these two policies, Dhamma Ghosh and Dhamma Vijay, means declaring Dhamma, okay, declaring Dhamma and winning by Dhamma. Dhamma means dharma, okay, something which is full of morality, okay, virtues, right? So he stopped killings, he stopped making wars, and he started spreading religion, he started spreading peace, non-violence. Okay, and he became he became propagator of Buddhism. Okay, he patronized Buddhism, and he sent his son Mahendra and daughter Sanghamitra to even Ceylon, okay, and various other places to spread Buddhism. Okay, and he uh, spread his Dhamma, which is also called Ashoka's Dhamma, which is very, very important. Ashoka's Dhamma, right? So, what is given in your book? We will study that. Kaling War is given, and what were the effects of Kaling War? It is given. The effects means he left the Bhari Ghosh or Digvijay by accepting Dharma Ghosh, right? He stopped hunting and eating meat, and Ashoka declared Buddhism as a state religion, right? And the prisoners of war who were captured during the war, um they were put into the work of agriculture, okay, right? They were used for agriculture work, right? And then afterwards what happened when he abandoned this policy of war, right? Then ultimately what happened, the uh, warrior spirit of his military was gone, okay, which led to the ultimate downfall of Mauryan empire. Clear? Ashoka, Ashoka's empire was extended, okay, from Hindu Kush in the northwest to River Pennar in the south. River Pennar in the south. It also included some parts of Nepal in the north and Kabul, Herat, and Kandahar provinces outside the present boundary of India. So that was all about the Chandragupta Maurya, Bindusar, and Ashoka. Although these things will not be asked in exam, but even then I have told you so that you can know about the various rulers, okay, their political history, so that you may be able to understand uh, about their administration, which is the part of our syllabus, in a better way. Thank you so much.